Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Krusty's Funhouse with me, Mr. Muckluckable. Here we are in Zone 2 at the moment. We have done nearly all of the levels right here. Look at all of them with their little purple padlocks on, which means they're now rat-free, just this last one to go. And like Zone 1, this last level is not actually a rat killing level. No animal cruelty here. Instead, it's just a simple kick the box and get the fireworks exploding. Yeah, go kick the box, get the fireworks, work your way back. And it has these stupid annoying up and down things again, which seem to get me every single time. Look at them damn things. Their aim is aimbot, they got aimbot. And these bloody kits as well. I did look up to see if they were the space mutants from Bart versus the Space Mutants. I couldn't get any pictures of them, so I'm still unsure about that. But yeah, I think they are. Yeah, it's just this box up here is the fireworks. I don't know what I'm calling them fireworks for. It's a little bit like fireworks, I suppose. There's an extra life, and there you go. There's the sparkles. As Krusty does a little bit of a move. Okay, so in today's episode, as we head our way back and finish Zone 2, I wanted to bring up what's in the news at the moment with The Simpsons. I spoke about the show being renewed last episode, and let's just get onto the main bit of news. I said I'd wait a little bit because it's still up in the air about this piece of news. I'll stop saying the word news, but I'm just going to go ahead because it might be ages till it's resolved. I just want to talk about it because I think it's really interesting, and that is the whole ordeal with Harry Shearer leaving the show that he's been doing for 20 odd years now. 25, 27 years. Although I don't know if he was in the shorts, so let's just go from 89, so 26. Anyway, doesn't matter. Technicalities. He's been on the show a long time. He does the voice of, oh, there you go, there's the code for world number 2, Slugfest. Lovely. But yeah, Harry Shearer. And actually, before I talk about Harry Shearer, let's just enter the next world, because I want to show you, or rather, let you listen to something. Here we go. There's the music! In this wonderful... This looks like some 70s wallpaper or something. I don't know, it's awful. But they seem... There you go. They really did seem to pick the most annoying music. I mean, why? Why would anyone... Well, I'm not going to stop to talk so you can hear it, because you're going to hear it anyway. It's through the whole damn level. Here we go. You know what, I really want to talk about this Harry Shearer thing, but there are so many new things in the game, I should probably talk about these first. So these things right there, you see them? They look like little nails, or well, actually they look like screws. They're not screws, in fact they are springs. If you hold down the jump button on them, with each successive bounce, you go higher and higher and higher until you can reach blocks up there like that. And we're going to grab this fan block. Completely ignoring, by the way, that there are flying pigs in this level. There it is. There's flying pigs. It's just a little airborne, it's still good, it's still good. There you are, there's a Simpsons quote for you. There's the applicable Simpsons quote. So, I'm going to shut up now about the game and just get on with talking about this news. Harry Shearer's left the show. He does the voice of Mr. Burns, he does the voice of Smithers, of Skinner, of tons of people. Loads of minor characters, minor recurring characters. He's good at impressions. Most of the cast are good at impressions, but he does a lot of the... He does Kent Brockman, but he also does lots of other news anchors. I mean, it's an integral part of the show, in my opinion. All of the voice actors are, to be honest. And he's decided that he's had enough. I don't want to get into the whole thing about why, because no one really knows, and there's just no point to speculate. People say it's because he wasn't given the chance to do other stuff, like other projects, whilst he was on the show. Like Fox wouldn't let him do too much stuff away from the show. I don't know about that. I really don't. Other people think it's money. I mean, the cast have held out over pay disputes in the past. But then this time, all the other voice actors, Dan Castellaneta, Julie Kavanaugh, Nancy Cartwright, Yardley Smith, Hank Azaria, they've all accepted the pay, because this kind of links into the renewal that I mentioned last episode. They've all accepted the new pay, so it's just Harry Shearer that didn't. So I don't think it's got something to do with money either, because he must get a crap ton of money for doing that show. Talking millions of dollars at least. The amount it makes in merchandise and things, it's just ridiculous. So no one really knows why he's given it up. But the thing I find interesting is not so much why, but how. How we know. And that is, it was told over Twitter. Harry Shearer has a Twitter account, and in fact, I should get them up. Here we go. So the two tweets, these are on the 14th of May. The first one goes from James L. Brooks' lawyer. James L. Brooks is one of the producers of the show. Show will go on. Harry will not be a part of it. Wish him the best. And then this continues. This because I wanted what we've always had. The freedom to do other work. Of course, I wish him the very best. So that's how he said he's not going to be part of the show anymore. Within that, it does say the freedom to do other work. Now, the reason why I'm a bit hesitant about that is because, I don't know, he says that, but I've seen him in a few other things. He's actually been quite active over here in Britain, doing some shows over here for Sky. I think I know he played President Nixon in a few things, or at least one series. So he's definitely done other projects, but that's beside the point. It was on Twitter that this was said, and I think that's so crazy. To me, it sort of represents how old media is still behind when it comes to technology and when it comes to things like Twitter. Because just imagine, you don't hear that stuff or you didn't hear that stuff on Twitter. Like, this would be a proper press release. Any other time, it'll be a press release done by the show or done by Harry Shearer's lawyer or representative, or saying in a formal way, Harry Shearer has decided to leave the show, blah blah blah. No, instead we get two tweets saying, yeah, I'm not going to do it. Go on without it. I know the tweets were of a lawyer saying that, but it was still on Twitter that we heard it, and from that, it's just kind of the news broke, it went a bit crazy. Then other people on the show, specifically Al Jean, got involved on Twitter, and it's really messy. That's what I think about the whole thing. It's really messy. And really, we shouldn't have seen any of this stuff that has appeared on Twitter, because it's not just, the tweets don't end there. From that point on, there's maybe even a few snide remarks, there's a few things about, because obviously people tweeted at Harry saying, what are you doing, man? Why are you going to leave the show? It's great. Don't do that. We love the show. And then there's maybe a few remarks like, they wouldn't let me do this, or blah, blah, blah. And it just stirs the pot, which, it's just weird to me. Really, really weird. Sorry, for this level here, back to the game briefly, it's a very good idea to catch the rats so they're all in uniform sync. In fact, you have to, pretty much. By doing this, it makes them all walk, there you go, all walk at the same time. So they're practically one unit now. Really important to catch them like that. And plus they make a funny animation, so why not? But yeah, sorry, I had to think about my thoughts there. So Twitter, I don't think it's a good thing it's come out like this. I think it looks bad for the show. One person it doesn't look bad for, though, is, for me personally, Al Jean. Because Al Jean is a showrunner. He's been the showrunner for years now, years and years, at least 10 years. And, way over 10 years, actually. Probably closer to 15. So he's been quite active on Twitter, replying to people, because people will go to him, being the showrunner, saying, hey, why is he leaving the show? And the thing is, it's probably got nothing to do with him. He's probably got nothing to do with that, I would imagine. In fact, he even says that, it's not my choice that he leaves the show. Because some people are stupid and think he was fired, but they're just people who don't read. I mean, it's really not difficult to see that he left. And people are like, oh, why did you fire him? Oh, God. That's the thing about Twitter, is you realise just there can be some really smart people on Twitter, and then you can see the really dumb people on Twitter, and there's a lot of dumb people on Twitter. There really is. On social media in general, I should put, because that is planet Earth. But Al Jean, I think's come across quite well. I think he's replied to everyone. He hasn't left people in the dark, because what could have happened is you get these 2 tweets from Harry, and then it's like, oh, what the hell's going on? And no one knows. Everyone's like, oh, is he leaving the show? Oh no, we love the show. We want him to stay. Blah blah blah. And we don't hear anything. We collective, I don't actually care too much, but I'll get onto that. But no, Al Jean's actually been replying to people saying, no, we don't know. He's even been replying to really, really mean things, which I think are just uncalled for. I don't like the show, fair enough. But I wouldn't go and tweet to him saying, the show sucks, it should be cancelled. I just think that's really disrespectful. I mean, it's still his job at the end of the day. Just don't watch it. Don't like it, don't watch it. So, Al Jean's come out looking quite good for me, and there's replying and being quite active. Whether or not it's a big deal for me, I don't think it is. As I've said multiple times, I don't watch the show anymore. I don't. Every now and then I might, just out of curiosity. I forgot how ruthless that animation is for the rats. Sorry, they literally explode. They pop and explode. Yeah, so I don't watch the new shows apart from every now and then if it's a special one or if it's on TV and I'm curious as to how it will make me laugh. And don't get me wrong, they still make me chuckle. Some jokes are still funny. It's not like I go in and grumble, oh, this show sucks, blah blah blah. I'm not going to laugh at all. Cross my arms in front of it. I'm just going to watch it, and if it makes me laugh, I'll laugh. But there's no denying, it's a different show. So yeah, I'd still watch new shows if it's on and I'm curious, but I don't go out of my way to watch them. Let's put it that way. Therefore, whether Harry Shearer's on it or not doesn't really bother me. It would be weird to not have Skinner, Burns, Smithers, Kent Brockman. It would be weird to not have them on there. But I think it'd be weirder to have different voice actors, and they've said, they have confirmed, or at least Al Jean has in an interview, that they would go looking for voice actor replacements. They wouldn't just kill off the characters like they did with Phil Hartman, because they did that out of respect because he died. Harry Shearer's not died, he's just said no. That's weird to me. I can understand, I've said that a lot, everything's weird to me today, but I can understand why they want to get voice actors. I mean, that would be a lot of characters to stop doing if they just did that. But there's still something about them that's just, oh, it doesn't seem right, does it? If you think about like a timeline, let's say, just for the sake of it, that the show will go on for, so we know the show's going to go on for at least 2 more years. Let's say it's around about season 30 where they call it a day. Right, so they're on season 27 now. So 3 more years. Let's bring it up to maybe 2018, 2019, 2020, whatever. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you think about that as like a sort of chart, it would be 20 odd years of Ned Flanders. How could I forget Ned Flanders, by the way? Of Ned and Kent and Burns and Smithers and Skinner being voiced by this guy, and then a tiny little slither on the end of them having a different voice. Now maybe it's just me being like a sort of, I'm not going to say OCD, but I like things to be neat, okay? I would really hate that, looking at that and thinking, oh, it was so close to having the same person the whole time, except at the end they had to go and ruin it. That would bug me. Obviously it won't bug them, because they're still getting the money, but it'll bug me. Then there's the thing about whether a replacement could not just do the voices of Harry Shearer, which, fair enough, a lot of people can do. People are replaced in things all the time, voice acting wise, because you can recreate a voice. There are impressions, you know, that's what people do. At this point here, I got a bit confused about how to ladder myself up, or step ladder myself up Staircase my way up. Whilst keeping a block at the same time. I think I eventually do it here though, because now I'm high enough to... maybe I'm not. Here we go, and I can jump up there. Excellent. This, by the way, is just to get a firework block. If I actually decide to kick it. Come on, Joe. Now you want to. You know you want to. There you go. No rats here. Well, was there a rat? I can't remember now. Everything is. I should have paid attention, but I'm not paying attention to my own video. So the voice actor, yeah, people could recreate the voices of Burns and Skinner or whatever. I'm content with that. That's easily a doable thing. But the thing about Harry Shearer is he wasn't a voice actor. He's an actor, and he's also a comedian. They're different things. They overlap. They definitely overlap, but they are different things. And so the Simpsons could hire a guy who does a perfect, spot-on impression of Ned Flanders. But if they don't have comedic timing or a way to express a range of emotions for Ned, then it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. It's like when they do impressions are mainly based around catchphrases, because if your impression's not that good, a catchphrase will kind of top it up. It will top up the impression and make it, yeah, that's pretty good. When people can do impressions of purely original content, that's a good impression. That shows they have the range to do it. So yeah, whether the replacement actor can or could do all those voices and comedic timing and the range of characters, we'll have to wait and see. I'm rushing now because I've realised we're at the end of the video. I'm still getting used to post-commentating. Next episode we'll move on to a few more of these levels in Zone 3 with this lovely funky music that's not at all irritating. And I'll ramble some more about The Simpsons. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.